Friday, August 22nd, and congratulations. You made it through another week on this ridiculous planet. Welcome to Earth is Ghetto, where we laugh so we don't cry and sip something strong just to cope with traffic, bills, and that one coworker who thinks every meeting needs to be an hour long. Kick off your shoes, pour your weekend starter pack, and let's clown our way into Friday together. Right here on Earth is Ghetto.
What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Yes, we made it to Friday. Thank the Lord. Isn't he faithful to us? What did I do today? I went to the grocery store. I went to the gym. I got a new I added to my plant. My plant was on a struggle because I moved it and I put it too close to the air conditioner, and it was just, and then my husband had the nerve to ask me what's my plant dying, and I told him, you don't ever ask me that, because that's just not cool. Today was also my doggy's birthday. Shout out to my girl. It was her birthday. Yeah, so I got her some treats and just kicked back and got ready for the weekend to start. I don't really have nothing planned. Well, no, let me take that back. Fantasy football picking is starting this weekend, and also a little nephew's birthday is this weekend as well, so I'll probably have to go to a kid party. So fun. Other than that, y'all, that is it. I'm not gonna bend y'all ear too long. Let's get into this news.
It's time for the news. It's time to educate the people on what is going on.
Y'all, let's see what the news is talking about today. According to NFL Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson, the NFL told teams not to draft Shedeur. This is what he said.
That the NFL told other, don't draft him. Do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him. And this came from a very good source, And he said that, I won't say who, somebody called the Cleveland Browns and said, don't do that. Draft him. Yep, draft him. Don't do that. Because they weren't gonna draft him either. They weren't gonna draft him.
Listen, Shedeur should have already knew that's what's gonna happen, because they've been hating on. I mean, that was just a given. So, you know, you can't. What God has for you is for you. They can't take that from him. So this is only gonna make him. I feel like he's gonna be. I think I'm gonna put him on my fantasy team. I feel like my husband will be like, what? But he might. I feel like he gonna do it this year. Yeah, Lil Nas X was walking down the street in his drawers, y'all.
Nah. Hey, don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. Nah, go ahead, babe. Nah. Go ahead, babe. Nah. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down? Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that. Hey, boy, white coming to the party. La. Yes, I am serving you. And you better be at that party tonight. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, get my good side. Every side. Yes. Boom, cat towel. Sean Bankhead taught me that one. Woo! Batty boy, want you give it to me, baby? Batty boy, want you give it to me, baby? It's gonna be a beautiful sunrise. Give me that phone so I can throw it. I want to throw it far away so you never see it again. I don't like phones. Don't miss the party tonight. Why are you still here? You need to be telling everybody about the party, girl. What's your problem?
They prayed up, y'all. Let's see what else we got. The Weeknd performs Low Life at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Do you think tipping is always necessary? No. And I ain't gonna go back and forth because not everybody deserves a tip. I'm sorry. Lil Nas X has also been arrested for battery on a police officer. See, I almost thought that was a publicity thing. Definitely think it was humiliation ritual. I'm sorry, but now the arrest, there's too much going on. Somebody said a job interview is basically a conversation between two liars. Who can act the best? As your girlfriend, I should know you're going through financial hardship. Figure it out without asking me. I mean, how long y'all been together? Future unveiled a new hairstyle. And everybody was doing this meme. They had a Sam Jackson and Unbreakable. That one was there a lot. And then the mayor of Chicago, Fred Sanford, the Black Zach Frost. Somebody said he getting old. What in the Morgan Freeman? Yeah. I don't know who been doing his hair lately, but it's not been that great. The world's oldest living person, Ethel Caterham, turns 116 today. TikTok star Malik Taylor has passed away at 28. They said he was in a car accident. California resident has tested positive for the plague. I think they caught it at some lake out there. Mother of three found unalived after going missing in LA. Husband who claimed ICE took her caught on camera dragging something large before fleeing to Peru. Yikes. Hopefully they catch him, man. That's crazy. Y'all agree? Christian hip hop artist MC Nice questions the fairness in Glorilla winning a gospel award. I mean, yeah, that debate's old. Somebody said y'all charging 150 to 200 for a slick ponytail. They are. Eric Menendez was denied parole after spending 36 years behind bars for unaliving his parents. I'll have to agree with this. Here go the people if Gypsy can get released. Gypsy did not unalive her mother, first of all. Her boyfriend did it. Somebody said they spent $700,000 in less than a year of unaliving their parents. They wanted the money. Exactly. Somebody said, good. Those of us who remember the real deal before the Netflix mess, they were premeditated. They executed the plan for their parents in a very brutal, horrific way. Went on a spending spree. They wanted the money and those parents out the way of saying they were touched or to gain sympathy. They were like 17 and 18 when it happened. Could have left home if it was so terrible. Next case. Somebody said, is this the brother who ran his mouth to the woman saying they were lying? I mean, and that's the thing. They're on tape saying they lied about all that stuff. And I feel like they've never, ever taken accountability for what they did, ever. They kept perpetuating the same lies. Trump thanks Washington, D.C. law enforcement by feeding them hamburgers and pizza amid cracking down on crime. We're going to take care of these criminals and put them where they need to be. I don't want no hamburger, no pizza. Give me some bonus money. I hate when your employer want to feed you. Give me some money. St. Louis McDonald's manager nods off as customers prepare their own meals. At first I thought this was fake, but the girl was like slobbering. And they was just in there chefing it up and eating. Hopefully she alright. I never seen nobody go to sleep like that. Michael Clark Jr. went from working at Applebee's to being one of the biggest R&B Southern Soul artists at 21. I never heard of him. Oh, he sings Keep On Stepping. Alright, man. Please don't go down Lil Nas X's path. So sad. $10,000 a month doing nothing, or $100,000 a month working Monday through Friday for 12 hours. I would have to do the $100,000 a month. I mean, because $10,000 a month is nice, but that's only $120,000 a year. I mean, you could make so much more than that. And then you can quit faster, for real. Somebody said $10,000 a month, and I can use the free time to actually enjoy my life. $100,000 is more money, but you're still gonna be dedicating most of your life to working. Somebody said $10,000. I worked enough. Somebody said $100,000. I'll stop when I'm at $3 million. $100,000 because what I'm gonna do all day. That's how people get on powder. Exactly. You just $10,000 at home doing dumb stuff. Somebody said it depends on what kind of work I'm doing. For $100,000, it could be the same type of work I'm doing now. Then yeah. Somebody said I still get weekends off and pass at $100,000. Grind it out. Early retirement. Lots of split decisions here. Teacher stands her ground against a student who acted like they wanted to tussle. The teacher's sick of them kids. Call the mama. Where the mama at? And the daddy. 'Cause I ain't going back and forth with no kids. Trump administration reportedly reviewing all 55 million U.S. visa holders for deportable violations, says all migrants are subject to continuous vetting to see if they become ineligible to hold the document. "50-year-old grandma shows off her good knees." She's 50 plus. I'm like, she look older than 50. Now, Granny, I could do that if I'm holding on to a table. Let me see what she doing in her 70s. Olive Garden is bringing back its beloved all-you-can-eat pasta. My husband loves him some Olive Garden. Even though every bowl gets smaller as it comes. Cardi B rapping along in her song. And yeah, people is thinking that Cardi is preggers. I mean, I ain't trying to see this, but something about Cardi and this belly she got. And her belly is normally snatched, even after she's had that baby. But I don't know. Cardi might be preggers again. She got the money to do it. And so does Stefon Diggs. So why not? Why not? A lot in the news is Repetitive Millie Brown, who's a girl from Stranger Things, and her husband adopted a baby girl, their parents. Amber Rose said liberals don't care about black people. Florida officials removed the rainbow crosswalk honoring Pulse nightclub victims. Steak and Shake backs MAGA, says people shouldn't be changing their logos. TSA cracks down on cordless hair tools and checked luggage. What's up with that? What is a cordless hair tool gonna do? Your partner gains 150 pounds because of a medical condition. Do you stay or go? Well, seeing as how my husband's not like fat, not like 150 would definitely make him fat, but we can roll him around. Long as he can still do chores, that's always my thing. Long as he can still do chores, we can be all right. He's all right with me. Let's see what I got on these story times, y'all.
At your desk again. Our life just keeps getting better and better. Damn, not you at your desk again.
I don't appreciate your sarcasm.
Not that girl was straight up hating on people that gotta be at work.
This is somebody had asked me something, and I just said, I just gotta take straight up. Look, don't mind me, because I'm 47, so it's a hot flash. But listen, what I wish somebody would have told me when I was married as a Christian wife. I'm a widow now. What I wish they would have told me is, get you some ice, and get you some stuff to get ready to put on your privacy, because he gonna want that coochie. I don't
Miss Jackson?
care if he a preacher. I don't care if he a bishop. I don't care if he do praise and worship. I don't care if he do the offering. I don't care what his role is. If he is a man of God, he gonna want that coochie, baby. And if he marrying you and he one of them good ones, and he come home and he do what he supposed to do, and he ain't out here in the streets, and he ain't got you out here looking foolish, and he taking care of you and them children, he gonna want some coochie, honey, because he got to get it from you. And if you can't give it to him, he gonna get it from somewhere. Please, no, he gonna get it from somewhere. Please understand, lady. So get your mind right. And if you can't, get there in your mind, and you had some stuff in your history, my book on Amazon, Sex and the Healing Power of God. Because he gonna want that coochie, baby. I wish somebody would have told me that when I was marrying.
Straight to the comments. Somebody said 47, he wore you out. Mind you, auntie, this is my first time meeting you. Mind you, this is my first impression of you. Now, not ice, I'm scared. This is a real married ministry. Somebody said, I was not expecting this, ma'am.
But I'm a widow now, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, she came straight out the gate with it, y'all. Straight out the gate.
Surprise! This is how you want it, right?
When was your last night?
Right?
I told you.
This is who you lied to me about last night, right? Right?
Right, JR? You disappeared for 30 minutes after you got done doing what?
This is who ass you was eating last night, right?
I ain't eating no ass.
You definitely ate my pussy last night, didn't you?
On her period as that.
No, I was
At that.
off.
Well,
I was off.
still,
I was
she
off.
told you she was on her period, right?
I was off. I just, you know.
She would.
And then you act like you didn't know what I was talking about when I showed you the text message, right? Huh?
Keep it real. Because I never said I wanted to have a relationship with you. If you just want to fuck, that's all you have to say.
All you had to tell me was you wanted to fuck with her.
And every time I came around, I asked you, was you still dealing with who? Her, right?
But what have you told me about her? What have you told me?
Because last night you told me, oh, she wasn't your type. You wanted to move in with me.
The best thing for you to do right now is get your stuff out my car, put it in yours, and go ahead and leave.
Niggas like you ain't shit. And that's exactly why bitches play y'all like the fuck we do.
Bye, JR.
Bye, JR. Which one of y'all getting back with him? Because one of y'all are. I'm just telling you. Somebody said he was happy as hell taking that blind fall off. Surprise. He just know he lost a place to sleep. Bruh said, I definitely ain't eating no butt. Somebody said his shirt say get him, baby. They definitely got him.
Put a finger down if you moved 1,700 miles away from your friends and family to work a travel contract with your boyfriend at a hospital in Minnesota, and while you're not even a month into this contract, you find out that he has been Snapchatting a student that does clinicals at the hospital you work at. When you confront him about this, he obviously lies, but then you tell him you know this to be a fact, and he finally admits it and begs and pleads and cries and cries and cries for you to stay with him and to forgive him. You give it some time, but eventually you decide to stay with him, and a couple weeks go by and you're eating in a restaurant with your boyfriend. When you go to the bathroom, a waitress follows you to the bathroom and asks you if you're okay. When you ask her why she's asking you this, she says that the man that you're with had followed her around Walmart a couple days before this and stalked her around Walmart and also followed her to a nearby restaurant. So when she saw y'all come in the restaurant together, she wanted to let you know that she thought that you may be unsafe. You let her know that this is your longtime boyfriend and that y'all are here from Mississippi and you live together. So you ask her to go confront him with you, so you walk to the table, and before you get even 10 feet to the table, he sees you and turns ghost white. And of course, he denies this to you, he denies it to the girl and says that she's lying, but you believe him. You believe that this isn't true. Somehow this isn't true. He gaslights you hard enough that you believe him. He even makes you feel bad for not trusting him and believing this girl over him. So you give it some time, but you eventually work through it. Another 3 months goes by and the hospital asks you to extend the contract again. So what do? You extend the contract again for another 3 months and also sign another 3-month lease. Well, in this time, you end up getting pregnant and having a septic miscarriage and require emergency surgery. He takes care of you through this time. You are hospitalized for 5 days and obviously you can't have sex for a while. So whenever you're finally cleared to have sex with your boyfriend, he works the night after you do, and something in your gut just doesn't feel right, so you remember that he had just recently got a phone, and his old phone is in the house. Maybe you should go through it and see if anything's going on, since it's still linked to his Apple account. So you don't find anything that alludes to the fact that he's cheating on you. You find some other weird shit, but nothing that alludes to the fact that he's cheating on you. So you're just going to call it quits on going through the phone and go to sleep. And then a thought hits you, maybe go through his recently deleted photos. So that's what you do. And not even 7 minutes before you click into the recently deleted photos, he is seen taking pictures of his dick in the hospital bathroom while he's at work, like real time. And not just any hospital bathroom, a public, small, stinky hospital bathroom. So you text him and ask him, who are you sending these dick pics to? To which he says that they're not for anyone, they're for him. He wanted to see what his dick looked like on film, I guess. So you do not accept this. You move to the spare bedroom downstairs. Whenever he gets home, he finds you there. He begs for you to open the door. You open the door. He begs for you to stay with him, that he has something going on. He doesn't know why he did it. He knows it's weird, but he's not cheating on you. He didn't send them to anyone. You give it some time, but of course you stay with him because he has his fingers so fucking deep inside of your brain that you can't think of anything in life without him. So you forgive him, you move on, and everything's going great. You end up having to move to another house, so you sign a brand new lease on a house and 3 more months onto your contract. So you're going to be here for a year. So you have a month and a week left of your contract, and your boyfriend has a bad night at work last night. So you want to bring him lunch, make him feel better. You bring him lunch to work, everything's normal. You're kissy baby, I love you, this and that. Nothing, there's no signs that anything is going on except for that he's having a bad night at work, and that happens. So he gets home from work, he lays in the bed, you're trying to comfort him about his awful night at work, and he rolls over and looks at you and says that he wants to break up and that he doesn't want to be with you anymore, and there's nothing you can do to change his mind.
I stand by this theory that highly educated people, and I'm not saying highly, but educated nurses, doctors, when it comes to common sense, it don't be common amongst them. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying all, but I see a lot of so-called people that have master's degrees, all these degrees, and they just don't have a lick of common sense. It's just baffling to me. Somebody said, I fear this is on you. Ariel, if you've ever in a relationship again, you need adult supervision. Somebody said, not believing the waitress was insane. What would she get out of lying to a stranger? This is how people looking at you, girl.
Put your finger down.
Now, Amazon, why y'all make us these sexy ass shirts? I got stuck in the rain. This shirt got tighter and tighter. Now my nipple poking out.
I want him to not come on my property. Somebody said, you dropping off my package today. If you don't come deliver my package like this, I don't want it, friend. Somebody said, you delivering everything but packages.
Parks is asking us to make an announcement to let you know you are paddleboarding next to approximately 15 great white sharks. They're advising that you exit the water in a calm manner. The sharks are as close as the surf line. Thank you for your cooperation.
The way he fell off of that freaking surfboard when he heard that. Job interview, how are you under pressure? Me. Sorry, 14. One is busy at the moment. The way sharks mostly mind their business unless they feel prey splashing around and you proceed to do exactly that.
Y'all, as somebody who is in a lavender marriage with 2 gay men, it's really, really hard for me for a lot of reasons, because right now they live together. I don't live with them. And right now they're having dinner and I'm having a freaking crash out moment and they can't pick up because they're having dinner. I called one of my husbands. I'm like, hey, I need to talk to you. He's like, we're eating dinner, sweetie. And that's the downtime, the downturn of having 2 gay husbands. Sometimes the emotional support is not always there, even if you got 2 of them. So,
Exactly.
Y'all, as somebody who...
Somebody said, this is not lavender, this is pastel blue. Somebody said, girl, how you get 2? She said, Morehouse College. I guess they said it was a joke. It was so much going on. I wanted to see if the dog was winning, if they was winning. Yeah, it was just good job, cameraman. 2 on 2, no cheating, bro. Listen, cameraman did excellent, y'all.
DGA.
Absolutely
You keep talking.
So in your vehicle's airflow, which will always be right below the windshield, take a can of Lysol air sanitizer, and spray inside the airflow. This is going to get rid of any smell inside your vehicle while also getting rid of any mold or bacteria. Take a magic eraser and rub it on your windshield. This will remove any kind of oils or sticky residue inside or out. Take a microfiber towel with toothpaste and any mark on your vehicle's paint, and it will come right off. This goes with scratches, sap, or any kind of mark. Spray just a little bit on a rag. Take the shaving cream and clean your windows with it. Now what this is going to do, this is going to keep the rain from sticking to it, while also keeping the windows from fogging up if you're doing this during the winter. So in your...
I'm gonna do this Lysol thing when I get home. I just feel like I like that.
This is my belief, so you can't take it away from me. But a dude that don't lick cat, don't like cat. This
Proverbs 2:5-8.
When the universe wants to elevate you, it often takes you through 3 steps. Step 1 is the clearing. Things start falling away. People, plans, opportunities. Your life feels like it's falling apart, but it's not punishment. It's positioning. The universe is clearing space so it can send you better. It's redirection. Step 2 is the test. You're going to be tested and asked to move even when you can't see the whole path. You're being asked to let go of what's safe and release the version of you that was built for where you've been and not where you're going. And it won't always make sense, but real elevation requires faith. Just trust that the universe has your back. And step 3 is the shift. This is when your life completely changes. At first it feels like nothing is happening, then boom, doors open, breakthrough hits, blessings start flowing, the money, the love, the clarity, the peace, everything you've wanted, you get it. But it's not sudden. The universe has been preparing you for this the whole time. So if things feel shaky right now, like everything's falling apart, good. Stay in it long enough to see what's on the other side. And if this message spoke to you, send it to the first person.
Baby, I agree. Just replace the universe with the Lord. This is gonna be me and my best friend in about 20 years. I'm not lying. This is gonna be us. Somebody said this is the most sanctified pole dance that I've ever seen. When they raised Social Security to 95, you have to do what you have to do. Somebody said we finally got season 3 of P Valley. Yellow Hat was in them clubs. Miss Yellow Hat had the kitten heels and the white toes was a problem back in the day. Somebody said, okay, Miss Shirley and Barbara, not the saints on the pole. These adult living places are getting wild. Somebody said, not the walker on the side. I didn't even see the walker on the side. Listen, they was getting it, y'all. That's the show. Happy Friday. Y'all stay so blessed. Inspiration's on the way.
are those who trafficked in Pharisaism and the unbelieving. Passage after passage. Mark 9:23. Jesus said to him, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. Mark chapter 5, verse 36. As soon as Jesus heard the words that were spoken, he said to the ruler of the synagogue, do not be afraid, only believe. John chapter 11, verse 40. Jesus said to her, did I not say to you that if you would believe, you would see the glory of God? John chapter 20, verse 29. Jesus said to him, Thomas, blessed have you, because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. What do you believe? We're grasshoppers? Or we be well able? What set Caleb apart? Numbers chapter 14, verse 22 lets us know. Because all these men who have seen my glory and the signs which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have put me to the test now these 10 times, and have not heeded my voice, they certainly shall not see the land of which I swore to their fathers, nor shall any of those who rejected me see it. But my servant Caleb, feel this, y'all, but my servant Caleb, because he has a different spirit. Somebody put different in the room. Because he has a different spirit in him and has followed me fully, I will bring him into the land where he went, and his descendants shall inherit it. Caleb had a different spirit. He believed. He believed and he had faith. He was, you cracked the sea. Text right here says, they put me to test 10 times. You've cracked the sea. There were plagues. You spared us. There was a night when the spirit of death was coming through all of Egypt, and you informed us if we put lamb's blood on the doorpost, then that spirit would pass over us. This is what I call a Passover praise. Something should have hit you, but it missed you, not because of your works, but because of the blood. Because of the blood on the doorpost, he had evidence. He had evidence. And since he had evidence, that evidence merged with that faith and belief, he had a different spirit. So I'm going to give you these 5 points, and I'm done. Point number 1, we must have wound awareness. If you don't want to project on others or want people to project on you and you start to see yourself like a grasshopper, remember, who is we? You must have wound awareness. Why? Because denial is the first ingredient for projecting.
Not all probiotics are made the same. Seeds DSO1 helps you poop more and bloat less. The 24 pre and probiotic strains are clinically.
People who project a lot are in denial about something in their life. Those of us who allow people to project on us, we're in denial about something. There is no way you can view yourself as grasshoppers when God told you while y'all were still slaves, go tell Pharaoh to let my people go so that they may worship me, and I will take them to a land that's flowing with milk and honey. There's no way you forgot about that. Unless you believe somebody else's projection. Projection will cause you to have amnesia. Did you forget? God told you he's going to give you this land? Wound awareness. You must become aware of your insecurities and beliefs. Because if you're not, when somebody speaks about an insecurity that contradicts about a truth what God said about you, you believe the insecurity more than you will what God said. Wound awareness. Where am I hurt? Where am I hurt? Because that wound could project on me, and I could project that wound on others. Number 2, we talked about this, evidence awareness. Notice when you're presuming something about an experience before ever doing it. Evidence awareness. It's when you're making an accusation about a person and you never had a conversation with them about it. Like you don't know them. I do know them. What's their middle name? What's their number? You don't have their number? You don't know them then. Evidence, awareness. Am I presuming that somebody has a posture and I never had a heart-to-heart conversation with them? Do you have evidence? Because projection will have you jumping to the closing credits without ever knowing the story. They don't like me. I just feel. Remember, perception, objective. Objective is to go off of evidence, not feelings. I feel they don't like me. Okay, well, feelings may not be facts. Well, I just think, okay, your thoughts can lie to you. Who told you that? Can't give me a name? Your thoughts did. Evidence, awareness. It'll have you projecting on somebody, and you'll be jumping to the closing credits without ever allowing them to share their story. Projecting. Number 3, challenge your thoughts. Everything you believe is not true. Go back to the session in Therapy Thursday, don't believe everything you think. And I give you a whole methodology on how to tackle thoughts in the mind. Just because it hits your mind doesn't mean you have to meditate and agree with it. Challenge your thoughts. Number 4, believe what God says more than what your situation says. I'm in this situation. As I was preparing this, and I was looking at how much there's this particular building that we want. I was looking at how much it costs. I said, geez, how are we gonna get, hold on, wait. That's a financial giant. Giants are meant to intimidate you. All right, bet. I'm coming to this like a son. God, if this is your will, we desire it to help expand your kingdom. I recognize, Lord, that you give facilities so that we can facilitate the holiness and discipleship of your people. I'm coming to God like a son versus a peasant. Daddy, this is something that we need. If you don't think it's something that we need, build in us what we need. Give us that wisdom, because I'm going to believe more what you say about me than what my situation says about me. Lastly, number 5, consider the source. When somebody's projecting on you, consider the source. A person who really, really loves you, that's a God-fearing, emotionally intelligent person, is not going to traffic in projection all the time. Nobody's perfect, so sometimes we could have our flawed moments, but that's not their rhythm. That might be a day, but that's not their rhythm. Consider the source. Because the same source that kept complaining about Egypt and was complaining about Pharaoh coming behind us, those are the same people who are saying we aren't able. Just maybe. I'm not who you think I am. You are who you think I am. Because whatever's churning within will be projected without. God, thank you for this word. Help us to have a kingdom perspective, to view ourselves how you view us, versus how a situation is telling us to believe. We're not grasshoppers. We're sons, and we're daughters. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.